What is going on, everyone? Riddict here, and welcome to Off Shelf Airguns. Today, we're going to be taking the Crosman 362 and the Benjamin 392, putting them up against each other. Here they are, both recent models, obviously. The 362 is a brand new gun, and then the Benjamin 392 is also somewhat new in this form factor with synthetic stock. Okay, we're going to get into it right away. Why waste any time? Right off the bat, much lighter. Not only is it much lighter, it's thinner. It would definitely be real easy for a younger individual to get a hold of. And so when we compare that to the Benjamin 392, much heavier, probably by a pound or two. So you definitely notice the difference, but it's also a lot beefier. Stock and all that, a lot beefier. Maybe not so easy for a younger individual to get a hold of. All right, so let's weigh these real quick. The official stats claim that the 362 is 5 pounds and the Benjamin is like 5.5. That can't be true because I notice the difference in weight. Like, there's a noticeable difference. Here's a 362. About 4.8 pounds. Alright. Now, 392. Yeah. Pretty much 6 pounds. So a whole pound difference. So there you go. That forearm stock, you can see how thick that is right there. And I'll show you this one more time. There's this one, way thinner. A lot easier for a younger individual to get their hand on there to pump it up. That leads us right into pumping these up. This is a beast to pump. All right, it's going to take quite the effort to pump this. It's not going to be friendly to your shoulders. If you've got bad shoulders, I don't know. You may struggle with this, okay? But it is a tough one. Younger individual is not going to be able to, even the first pump is a little tough. But, I mean, it's doable up until about 4 or 5, and then you're getting really, really tough to pump. Younger individual is not going to be able to do that. You're definitely going to have to help them if you're using this gun. All right, much more difficult to pump than the Crosman 362, which is like, I tell you, you pick up the Benjamin, pump that up, you're like, wow. And then you pick this up, and you're like, good Lord, is this thing broke? Because it doesn't feel like it's doing anything, especially after you've sat there and pumped up the Benjamin 392. A lot easier for a younger individual to, handle and pump this up. Also, this one only pumps up to 8 maximum pumps, whereas the Benjamin 392 is 10 pumps with this synthetic stock version. Yes, I know the wood stock version, 8 pumps, but with this one, this synthetic version, it is 10. So there's that. On the 362, I also want to point out, your breech, plastic. Of course, you can buy the steel breech. You can buy that, and you can replace that with that one. So no problem there. But that is a plastic breech. Just keep that in mind. That is a plastic breech. A lot of people are like, I don't want that. Well, you can change it. However, your Benjamin 392 does come with the steel breech. All right. So neither one of these have mounts for a scope. So that's also an add-on you're going to have to do, but that's with both of them. As far as the 362 trigger, it is a plastic trigger. Benjamin 392, metal trigger. All right, before we continue on, let's check the trigger pull on these. Start out with the 362. Right, trigger gauge here, ready to go. £2 pounds, 3.7 ounce. 2 pounds, 3.7 ounces. All right, so that was the 362. Now the Benjamin 392. All right, here we go. Set my gauge, ready to rock and roll. £2, 12 ounces. There you go. 2 pounds, 12 ounces. Sights. We are just using the open sights. On the Crosman 362, you have your standard rear sight. Can be flipped around to a peep sight. All right, fixed front blade, but the rear is adjustable for windage and elevation. All right, you get it up there. You don't have a high cheek comb, so you can get it right up there, no problem. No struggles. And then we come to the Benjamin 392. Fixed front sight. Rear sight is adjustable for elevation and windage. It is just the one style of sight, so no peep sight on this. However, high cheek comb. You really got to get down in there to get a sight picture. This is one that you'll probably have to put a scope on for most people. It doesn't bother me. I can totally get on it. Okay? It's not all that uncomfortable or anything for me, but I know some people, it is an uncomfortable position for some people. I'm fine with it. Most won't be, probably. All right, so I don't think there's anything else as far as what's going on the gun that I want to cover. Let's move on to doing some plinking. All right, I'm going to start off with Crosman 362. Just do some plinking. Do some good old-fashioned plinking. See what we got going on here. For our plinking purposes, hang on a second here. For our plinking purposes, we are just using the RWS Hobby. All right. And we are going to do, for plinking, we're just going to do 3 pumps. So, let's start out with one of those blades down there. Oh yeah, pa-ting. All right, let's go over here with it. Another blade. Ha. Yeah. Tings it real good, and it's only 3 pumps, so. Now, let's go down the hill a little bit. To them bottles. The lovely bottles that always give me trouble. Ha. No problem today. Not a problem today. Gotta hit the black diamond steel down there. 25 yards. Yep, no problem. And for those of you that are just discovering this channel or anything like that, my targets stand over there, 10 yards. Targets down over the hill, the saw blades in the tree are about 19-ish yards. And then I have a black diamond steel target down over the hill, that's 25 yards. And then the bottles hanging down there are 25 yards. Paper target set up right here, that's 10 yards as well. And usually when I want to push the paper out, I go and across my field over there so that we can get a longer distance as far as that goes. But for my backyard setup, that's what we're working with. All right, time to plink with the Benjamin 392. Once again, RWS Hobby. 3 pumps. Man, that is a beast. After pumping the 362, this is just like, good Lord. We're gonna see if all that effort is worth the trouble here in a little bit. We'll go with the, we'll just go with the same things we did before here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ba-ting, ba-ting. All right, let's try that one that's up higher in the tree. Yep, not a problem. So far for plinking, the 362 and the 392 doing just fine. All right, let's see if we can hit one of these bottles now. Oh yeah. Yep. No problem. So, plinking, we're pretty much even, Steven. A little harder to pump the Benjamin, but we're only doing 3 pumps for plinking. So I think that's just the perfect amount with both of these in your backyard. Move on to the next thing. All right, the Benjamin 392. Put it through the chronograph with the Ultra Magnums. Crosman Ultra Magnum, 14.3 grain. See what they're doing with the Ultra Magnums. Of course, full power, so 10 pumps with this one. All right. Here we go. 638. What's the 362 doing? All right, got 362. Once again, Crosman Ultra Magnum, 14.3 grain. Max pumps on this is 8, of course. So we'll see what goes on. Here we go. 648. So 10 FPS higher than the Benjamin 392. There you go. All right. I know I'm in the shadows here, but now we're going to do the accuracy testing. Starting out with 10 yards. 10 yards, and we are starting out with the Crosman 362. The full pumps for both guns. So 8 for this one for maximum power. And you'll see 2 targets down there. The one on the left will be the 362, and the one on the right will be the 392. Going 362. Here we go. Huh. Right on the money. Right on the money. We're doing 5 shots a piece. All right. Oh, moved a little bit on that one. I moved. What else is new? It's so much nicer to pump than that Benjamin. Good grief. That's better. That's 3. Got a number 4. Number 4. Wow. You really can't beat that. All right, number 5. Here we go. Where is number 5? Number 5. Well, that's that. Moving on to the 392. All right, got the Benjamin 392. His target will be on the right, of course. Let's do this. 5 shots. Maximum pump, which is 10 for this one. Okay. Good grief, this thing. Rough and tough. Okay. Not right on the money like the 362 was on the first shot, but hey, it ain't bad either. All right. Here we go. I knew that was going to happen. Bobbing and weaving. I'm going to have to blame that one on myself. Oh man, my arm's going to hate me after today. Alright. I'll take it. I'll take it. So that's what? 3. This will be number 4, I guess. Alright. Number 4. Alright. I mean, hey. Honestly, so far they're looking pretty even as far as the grouping. Final shot. Number 5. Oh, that one was off just a slight bit from where I wanted it. It's alright, we'll go with it. Well, there you go. That's 10 yards. And quite frankly, I think they're both doing pretty good at 10 yards. Not much of a difference in the grouping, which is pretty tight, obviously. We were able to hit the bullseye a little easier with the 362, but I'm going to attribute that to the open sights. I think the open sights are better on the 362 for obvious reasons. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go on to the next one at 35 yards. All right. Got a target set up at 35 yards. We're going to see what these two bad boys are doing at 35 yards. 362 will be on the target on the left. So here we go. Get this thing ready to rock and roll. All right, here we go. We are going to be using the Crosman Ultra Magnum for this. And the maximum power for each gun, so 8 pumps. Here we go. I had to go see where it was hitting. Can't see that too well from up here. I am using open sights, of course. Just had to see where it was hitting so I knew what I was doing here. All right. I don't know. I can't see it from up here. Should probably get a pair of binoculars out, but why would I want to do something like that? I like doing things the hard way. We're just going to keep going, and then we'll see what happens, right? Who knows? Take 2 more shots, and then we'll do the 392. Okay. I don't know. Let's do one more. Oh, I jumped a little bit on that one. Yeah, well. Let me go see what it looks like. All right. Wow. Did a lot better than I thought. Aside from a couple flyers, it was pretty tight. Pretty tight group there. Definitely not going to complain about that. 362, 35 yards. Open sights. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. But what's the Benjamin 392 doing? That is the question. And we are going to answer it right now. Maximum 10 pumps. So we're getting full power. All right, here we go. Of course, the Benjamin I will be putting on the target on the right. Of course, I'm going to have to go see where that went. All right. So, we hit off of the target, but I see where I'm at. I see what's going on here. We're going to see what we can do now. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this thing is a beast. Pump this thing up, good Lord. Huh. Gonna have to go check it again. The target's in the shade down there, so it's actually kind of hard to see from where I'm at, especially with just open sights. But you'll see it real good on the camera because I turn the exposure up, and that way it's not an issue. I see what we're doing. I see what we're doing here. All right, so we're off the paper again. But it's just so hard to see it. That's all right. That's my fault, so we're not gonna count these first two shots against the 362. I mean, I just needed to see where I'm at first, and now we're ready to go. All right. From here on out, these count, so whatever it does, it does. Alright. I don't know. I still can't see it. We're just going to go with it. If it's hitting, good. If not, well, you've seen how easy it was for the 362. Alright. Well, whatever. Two more. Two more. That's all we're gonna do. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. We're just winging it here. Well, you know what? We're going to take one more shot. I think I did 5 with the 362, so being that those first two didn't count, there you go. Did we do anything? Who knows? I gotta go look at it. All right, so there it is. The battle between the 362 and the 392. What's the conclusion? Well, the conclusion is that, in my honest opinion, my personal, honest, straight up opinion, 362 snuck it out. It did perform a little better. Maybe not by a whole lot, but it did get the edge over the 392 as far as ease of use, lightweight, easy to pump, accuracy is right on point, and you know, if you can get past the plastic breech, which you can obviously replace, and with the steel one, maybe it's not as durable as the 392 because the 392 is pretty beefy, so maybe not as durable, but it's not bad. Like, really not bad at all as far as that goes. So, in my honest opinion, it takes the lead over the 392 in all those departments, including price, which obviously this is like a good $150 less than the Benjamin 392. You're going to be saving a lot of money with this one. Of course, if you want the steel breech, that is going to cost you a little extra. Just all around ability to customize it as well, because obviously, being that this is kind of derived from the 1377, 1322 family, it's very much customizable in that vein, in that same vein, okay? And using this for a while, I haven't had any, the Hawk says otherwise, but the using this for a while, I haven't had anything loosen up on me or anything like that. Whereas with the Benjamin 392, I have. The forearm stock, the pump arm has, the screws have loosened up on me. And pretty early on in using it too. Yeah, so you're gonna have to tighten these down every once in a while. You could use some Loctite, the blue kind. You don't wanna use the red kind or else you're gonna be really in trouble if you wanna ever do anything to take this off or anything like that. But if you use some blue Loctite, put it in there on them screws, I think you'll be good to go. Quite frankly, I attribute that to how hard this thing is to pump. It is an absolute beast to pump, folks. And that's no different with the older Benjamins. You know, they've always been like that. But just know that clearly, even though this is so much harder to pump, and you have to pump it 2 more times than the 362, it's actually less FPS. Not by much. Only by what, 10 or something like that? So not by much. But the fact that you're putting in that much more effort and you're actually getting 10 FPS less out of it, I don't know. I mean, hey, you just got to factor those things in when you're deciding on these things. For what you're getting for the money, yeah, I just think the Crosman 362 wins. The overall picture. The overall picture. Durability-wise, I like this for the durability better. It feels like it's going to stand up to a real beating over the period of time. Absolutely can be a survival gun. Go out there in the brush with you, you know, throw it around, beat it up. It's going to be just fine, okay? So it does win in that department. So, there you go. Benjamin 392, Crosman 362. 362 takes it. That's my assessment on it. Does that help you make your decisions on these two? I don't know. I bought them both because I wanted them both. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there still going to buy them both. But if you're looking for something that's on par with a Benjamin 392, and it's a heck of a lot more budget friendly, which is what we're all about around here, of course, this is your guy right here, Crosman 362. So, it's not to say I don't love this though. I do love the 392. It's a beast to pump. You know, it can be a pain in your side once in a while, but I just like the feel of durability in this better. There you go. That's what we came up with. That's really all I got to say about that. With that said, catch you all down the road.